Molinari Media, a fintech media network broadcast from the NYSE, NASDAQ, and top global exchanges around the world. The voice of the fourth industrial revolution.
And let's continue our coverage from the LSE to the NASDAQ.
Our home, fintech.tv, an OTT over-the-top platform. Think Netflix, hosting shows focused on fintech.
The Digital Asset Report broadcast from the New York Stock Exchange. Every week from the NYSE, we focus on digital assets, the blockchain sector, and crypto. Interviews with key industry leaders, plus what's happening in DC.
So, Vince, is it too early for Bitcoin to be considered a safe haven, or is it just not the right vehicle for this kind of time?
Yeah, I think it might be the right vehicle. We might just be a little early.
The people involved in the space, it meant a lot to them. It was more of a revolution than a financial transaction.
I think it's about growing the pie and growing the pie of possibilities, and by bringing more assets into play. I mean, that's really what it is, right? Is bringing more inventory to the market that can be traded, that is efficient.
This is a classic example of what we were talking about before, which is you have a commission right now that pays a lot of attention to the marketplace and market participants. And what we need to hear from you is, what do you think the best practices are and the principles and the technology you can use to establish custody in situations like this?
We have shifted to be an enterprise software company, and as mentioned, our blockchain platform is called Corda.
And that's the thing that's astonishing, right? Which is that what's developed are new mechanisms for incentivizing novel behaviors.
Capturing that illiquidity premium up front is really an exciting opportunity, particularly for those who are first and the innovators that come into this segment.
Our second show, The Impact, focused on impact investing, ESG integration, and supporting the 17 Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations.
Why we're taking the approach to bring those stories forward, bring voices to those that haven't had their voices heard, and initiatives that need to be heard or amplified.
You know, I think what we have to focus on is that we're looking at a systemic change. Millennials are driving this change and this impact.
What's changed, I think, over the last really 5 to 10 years or so is we now have more data and information on corporate sustainability performance than ever before, as more and more companies have started to disclose.
If we're thinking about moving to a more decarbonized, low-carbon economy, we can think about how best we can do that and what sorts of solutions, technical solutions we can put in place. Renewable energy is, of course, at the heart of it all.
We profile people and companies committed to changing lives and improving our world.
We are so much more powerful when we come together, and that's something that we all need to kind of do more and more of nowadays, especially when we can't be together physically.
Absolutely, and a bit of the epitome of Sustainable Development Goal number 17, and partnerships and collaboration.
When we protect the protectors, we protect ourselves.
Today I'm going to bring you an inspiring story of a Swiss startup that's working to eradicate slavery from modern supply chains.
So slave-free trade came about to get businesses, investors, the average consumer, insurance companies, everybody who should be participating in ending modern slavery to work together.
We celebrated International Women's Day, but as you know, the stories highlighted are just a snapshot of what is being accomplished by women around the world. Many more stories remain to be told.
And I think when we look at the work that Ralph Reutemann did with SDG Heroes and these beautiful pictorials, the ability to bring that forward, right? To engage women globally, to celebrate women. And I think also what's importantly maybe underspoken about is a call to action to men to be involved.
Plus, hosting content from partners around the world.
We do think that there's a natural evolution going to digital, but we also do think there's a huge amount of magnetism that still is pulled by the old conventional finance world.
All marketing and driving viewers to the network.
The people playing these video games for the past 20 years have become very comfortable with the idea of owning digital objects, of trading those digital objects, of creating value.
In addition, we produce 30-minute shows which air on Bloomberg Television in the US, Europe, Africa, the Middle East, and APAC. to give each brand the maximum exposure on digital and broadcast. With hundreds of hours of content and daily segments being produced every day, we are ramping up for a data-driven backend on our digital platform, coupled with a 24/7 television streaming network, with production from financial exchanges and media partners around the globe. We will be the first true fintech digital asset sustainable impact channel. The voice of the fourth industrial revolution.